Hello students, welcome to my class. This is Rekha Singhal. In this video, I am explaining a very interesting poem written by Rabindranath Tagore titled The Sailor. It's really a very beautiful poem. Before I start this poem, let us know a little about the poet Rabindranath Tagore. He was born on 7th May 1861 and he died on 7th August 1941. His very famous book, Gitanjali, a collection of poems, is considered his best poetic accomplishment. He was a proficient songwriter. He was a Bengali poet, writer, composer, philosopher, and a painter. He was the first Asian to win Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913. And one very important thing, that he wrote the national anthems for 3 countries, that is for India, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. You all know, no? Jana Gana Man. For India he wrote this national anthem. Then for Bangladesh he wrote Amar Sonar Bangla, and Sri Lanka Matha for Sri Lanka. He was really an outstanding and great poet. His poem, The Sailor, portrays the feelings of a small child who lives in the world of fantasy. That little speaker, the little child, has nothing to do with the real world. He doesn't want to live in reality. He wants to live in a world of imagination. He's very imaginative. He wants to explore the different lands. He doesn't want to take his boats to the marketplaces. He wants to sail to the faraway fairy lands. Whatever he had imagined, whatever he had heard, he wants to visit those places. Okay, so let us start the poem. I am going to explain it line wise. The boat of the boatman Madhu is moored at the wharf of Rajganj. It is uselessly laden with jute and has been lying there idle for ever so long. Okay, so first 2 lines. Now the speaker is a very small child. He is telling us the boat of the boatman Madhu. The boat belongs to a man whose name is Madhu. It is moored. It means tied, anchored at the wharf of Rajganj. What is the meaning of wharf? An area where a ship may be moored, okay, to load or unload. Dock, ऐसा place जहाँ पर ship को बांध दिया जाता है ताकि वहाँ पर उसमें कुछ सामान डालना हो या वहाँ से सामान उतारना हो, for loading or unloading. Okay, and the place is mentioned here, Rajganj. It is uselessly laden with jute. Jute मतलब plant fiber, हमें पता है. Laden मतलब filled. That boat is filled with jute fiber and has been lying there idle. Idle means without any work for so long. For a long time, it has been tied there. Means the boat belongs to Madhu, the boatman, and even that boatman, Madhu, is also not seen. But speaker says in the first 3 lines that he notices the boat of Madhu. It is tied up in a corner and boat is loaded with jute. Nobody is there. Even Madhu is not there. Madhu has prepared it to take it to the market to sell the things. उसने उसमें जूट भरा हुआ है, शायद उसको वो मार्केट में बेचना चाहता होगा. But Madhu is also not seen anywhere. Okay, then. If he would only lend me his boat, I should man her with 100 oars and hoist sails, 5 or 6 or 7. I should never steer her to stupid markets. I should sail the 7 seas and the 13 rivers of fairyland. See the imagination of the child. What he says, कि if Madhu lends means give. If he gives me his boat for some time, so I will man her. Man her means operate the boat with 100 oars. Oars, you know, large poles used for moving a boat through water. He says कि I will use 100 oars and I will operate this boat and hoist sails. Sails, you know, large sheet of canvas fastened to a pole. They are called masts. Okay, then what he says, 5, 6 or 7, whatever sails, I will lift and I will operate the boat. But I will not steer. Steer means take this boat to the stupid markets. Now why does a child say that he will not take this boat to the stupid markets? Because what he thinks, he is totally imaginative. He doesn't want to sell the things in the market. He doesn't want to take the things in the boat to sell it in the market like Madhu. He wants and he thinks that boats are meant to be taken to the faraway lands, okay, to the fairy lands, whatever the places he has in his imagination. The boy wants to go to those places in his boat. Clear? Then what he says, कि I will sail the 7 seas and 13 rivers of fairyland. It is in his imagination to cross all the 7 seas and the 13 rivers of fairyland. Right now, but mother, you won't weep for me in a corner. I am not going into the forest like Ramchandra to come back only after 14 years. I shall become the prince of the story and fill my boat with whatever I like. Okay, now what happens in the beginning? The child is totally imaginative. Now all of a sudden he gets anxious. He gets worried because what he feels कि if he goes missing, the mother will cry. He tries to assure his mother that he will come back. What he says, but mother, you won't weep. Weep means cry. If I go, don't cry for me while sitting in some corner of the house. कहीं किसी corner में बैठ के रोने मत लग जाना मेरे लिए. Because I am just going to have fun. I will come back definitely. I am not like Shri Ramchandra, means I am not going to forest for 14 years as King or Lord Rama of Ayodhya had gone. Okay? I shall become the prince of the story and fill my boat with whatever I like. Then he imagines himself as a prince. कि I am a prince, I will fill my boat with whatever I like. जो मुझे अच्छा लगता है, जो मेरी इमेजिनेशन में चीज़ें हैं, वो सारी चीज़ें मैं अपनी बोट में फिल करूँगा, ना कि झूठ. Okay? Then again, I shall take my friend Ashu with me. We shall sail merrily across the 7 seas and the 13 rivers of fairyland. In these 2 lines, what he says, you know what, children, they want to have fun with their friends, no? Similarly, in this poem, the small child, he wants to take his friend with him. तो जैसे आप कोई शैतानी करते हो या कोई गेम खेलते हो, कुछ भी करते हो, यू वॉन्ट सम पार्टनर विद यू, नो, आपको अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ खेलना अच्छा लगता है. सिमिलरली द बॉय इन द पोम, ही वॉन्ट्स टू टेक हिज फ्रेंड आशु विद हिम. एंड व्हाट ही सेज कि वी शैल सेल merrily means happily across the 7 seas and the 13 rivers of fairyland. We both of us will have a lot of fun together. Well, the next lines, we shall set sail in the early morning light. When at noontide you are bathing at the pond, we shall be in the land of a strange king. Well, now he plans to set sail early in the morning. He is telling us what time he will be leaving. The child will leave with his friend Ashu early morning when the sun spreads its light, fading away the darkness of night. Clear? And then he tells his mother कि आप बिल्कुल चिंता मत करना. You need not worry at all. कि the time when you go to take bath at the pond, that time we will be in the land of a strange king. हम बहुत जल्दी वापस भी आ जाएंगे. Okay, we shall pass the ford of Tirupurni and leave behind us the desert of Tipantar. When we come back, it will be getting dark, and I shall tell you of all what we have seen. He assures his mother that he would be back very soon. The child imagines that at noon, when his mother would go to pond to have bath, at that time he and his friend would have travelled far away land. He imagines that he would have travelled to the land of a strange king by crossing the shallow place of the river Tirupurni and leave behind the desert of Tipantar. So in these last lines, the speaker is telling to his mother कि when at noontide, कि जब दोपहर में you will go to take bath at the pond, तब तक तो हम लोग क्या कर चुके होंगे, हम त्रिपुर्णी रिवर को क्रॉस करके, तिपांतर डेजर्ट को क्रॉस करके एक स्ट्रेंज किंग की लैंड में पहुंच चुके होंगे. हाँ, बिकॉज वी आर गोइंग सो फार, it is there कि by the time we come back, it may be dark. The speaker assures his mother that he would be back definitely and share all his experience. with her. He will narrate her whatever the places he had explored in the fairyland. So that's all about the poem. Okay, here the speaker, child, he's very tender hearted, and the way he explored the fairyland, just looking at the boat, is really extraordinary. Just think the level of the imagination that little child has. जब आप किसी एक चीज़ को देखते हो, आपके दिमाग में क्या आता है? What comes into your mind? And the small boy, the speaker in the poem, he just looks at a boat, and that boat is just anchored. It is tied up, and then he starts doing imaginations in his mind, and where he reaches in his imagination, he goes to Tirpurni, Tipantar, land of a strange king, 7 seas, 13 rivers of fairyland. Oh my God. No? So this is really a beautiful poem. Okay, beta? Alright. Now in this poem we have many figures of speech. Okay. Dekho, for example, you can see in the second stanza, I am not going into the forest like Ramchandra. वहाँ पे like Ramchandra लिखा है ना, तो like Ramchandra, it is a simile. Alright, and you can see better in this poem, I should sail the 7 seas and the 13 rivers of fairyland. This line is repeated, okay, in all the stanzas. जब भी किसी कोई line repeat होती है, ठीक है, then you know what it is called? It is refrain. Refrain is a French word जिसका meaning होता है to repeat, और refrain क्या है? एक figure of speech होती है. Alright, repetition of same line in the poem, and it is called refrain. Alright, chalo, here few questions are given. Where was the boat? What cargo was it carrying? Simple, the boat was moored at the wharf of Rajganj. It was carrying jute. What changes would the speaker make to the boat? Simple, he would man her with 100 oars and hoist several sails. Where would the speaker not take the boat? To stupid markets. क्योंकि उसको मार्केट्स में बोट ले जाना बिल्कुल स्टूपिड लगता है. ही थिंक्स कि बोट्स आर मेंट टू बी टेकन टू फार अवे प्लेसेस, जहाँ पे कोई एडवेंचर हो, कोई अच्छी सी चीज़ हो. इमेजिनरी वर्ल्ड में ले जाना चाहिए बोट्स को, ना कि मार्केट्स में. Why did the speaker ask his mother not to worry and cry for him? Because he was not going into forest like Lord Ramchandra for 14 years. What would the speaker do on returning home? Definitely he would tell his mother about all that he had seen. Right? Okay, beta, do all the exercises, question answers. In case of any doubt, you can ask in the comment box. Your queries would be answered. Right? That's all. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye. Jai Hind.